Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. It means everything to me. Before we get started, I just want to say to everybody that has been reaching out to me, showing me support, I appreciate you so much. When I tell you I appreciate you, I truly, truly mean it. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Please leave me a comment. Please leave me a like. It would mean so much to me. You guys are just the best, and I thank you, thank you, thank you. This is 19-year-old Clare Orton of Walnut Creek. She was a 2014 graduate of Los Lomas High School and had just finished her first year at San Diego State University, where she majored in environmental engineering. This is Scott Burdix. He was a 2012 graduate of Occolantic High School in Lafayette before going on to study electrical engineering and computer sciences at Stanford University. Orton, as well as Burdix, were both cross-country runners. Not only was Orton an athlete, but she was also an honor roll student and loved by all that knew her. Orton and Burdix once dated. Some sources say the split was amicable, and others say Burdix was distressed over the breakup. But police and family members insist that there were no previous disturbances or restraining orders put into place. July 21st, 2015, while at her parents' home for the summer, there's a knock at the door of the Orton family home at approximately 6:50 a.m. Neighbors then call police after hearing gunshots. When officers arrive, they find the bodies of Orton and Burdix. It is alleged that Burdix shot and killed Orton and then turned a second gun on himself, with both of the guns used being called ghost guns. Ghost guns refer to guns that are bought in pieces on various websites. They're made using different parts, don't have serial numbers, and don't require background checks. Los Angeles Senate President Kevin DeLeon has tried unsuccessfully to pass legislation restricting them. Parts can be purchased online, at gun stores, and at county fairs where they have gun expositions. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives says that it's completely legal to manufacture a homemade gun in California unless they are a prohibited person and in violation of any state or local law. Police say there is nothing that prompted this crime. Both handguns were homemade with parts ordered through the mail. Police would say that there was no indication that anybody had any knowledge of what he was doing, and there was nothing illegal done from the retailers. So that's it. That's just it. Now this family had their daughter and sister ripped out of their lives. Claire was robbed of her life, and nobody is held responsible for it. How do you even come to terms with that? I just can't even begin to fathom that. My heart breaks for this family. So please keep them in your prayers. And until next time, guys.
Police in the East Bay say there were no red flags leading up to a disturbing murder-suicide that took the lives of two young people today. Good evening. I'm Dan Ashley.
And I'm Ahmed Dates. Investigators say 21-year-old Scott Burdix shot and killed 19-year-old Clare Orton at her parents' Walnut Creek home today.
ABC 7 News reporter Alan Wong is live at Walnut Creek Police Headquarters with this developing story. Alan?
Dan, it's not often that Walnut Creek police detectives investigate a murder-suicide, but when they do, they say there are usually signs of violence or disturbances leading up to it. In this case, they say there were none. It happened at the front door of this Walnut Creek home around 7 a.m. Police say 21-year-old Scott Burdix shot and killed 19-year-old Clare Orton, then turned the gun on himself. Orton's family members were home, but it happened too fast for them to stop it. Orton was one of 4 children.
No parties, no fast driving, no nothing. Just nice kids.
Police say Orton and Burdix had been in a relationship and their families knew each other. Neighbors say Orton ran cross-country, graduated from Los Lomas High School in 2014, and went on to San Diego State University.
We saw her run through the neighborhood in her practices, and just a wonderful family and a wonderful daughter.
Burdix, whose family lives in this gated community in Lafayette, was a 2012 graduate of Occolantic High School. He ran cross-country and went on to Stanford.
These were upstanding citizens. You know, there weren't red flags, there wasn't drugs or anything like that involved.
Police say there were no previous disturbances or restraining orders related to them. In Walnut Creek, Alan Wong, ABC 7.
Horrible. I think if it had If he had been stopped, like if a background check had been required, he was not allowed to procure the parts, who knows? She might have gone back to school. He might have gotten help. The thing might have just sort of de-escalated to nothing, and they might both be alive.
At a Walnut Creek High School came together to pay their respects to a former classmate. 19-year-old Clare Orton was killed in what police describe as a murder-suicide. ABC 7 News reporter Sergio Quintana was at tonight's vigil.
Clare Orton graduated from Las Lomas High School last summer, but she left a lasting impression on her school. The organizers of this event say they were shocked to hear she's gone.
I'm best friends with her brother, and I just remember feeling shocked, and so many others felt exactly the same way.
Her brother Neil was among those in the crowd. The school is on summer break, so the organizers had expected a smaller turnout.
Classes don't resume until August 24th, so organizers are a little overwhelmed by the turnout tonight.
About 200 people came.
We were thinking maybe 25, 30 people, and then I emailed one of my teachers, and he was like, I'm going to let the entire cross-country team know, and all of the teachers.
The crowd held candles around her picture, then made a short procession to the school's running field. She was a cross-country star and an honor student. Orton was at her parents' home, back from her first year of college. Police say she was shot to death by her ex-boyfriend, Scott Burdix, who was from Lafayette. He then turned the gun on himself. The vigil was an opportunity for as many people as possible to come together and grieve.
This is supposed to be a positive experience, a positive outlet for people to speak.
But the crowd stayed mostly silent through the whole event. In Walnut Creek, Sergio Quintana, ABC 7 News.